a triad woman who's traveled all across our area and beyond, showcasing the best places and best people that she has encountered. She now wants to take this on that journey with her.
Which is extremely exciting. We want to go ahead and say good morning to Lisa Consul. She's a producer, director, and host of a new show. It's called Nice to Meet You. Lisa, it's so great to see you again.
Oh, great to see you guys again, too.
Awesome. Well, Lisa, we may have met you originally as a dancer, but you have this amazing new show where you're traveling around our area. Can you sort of just explain even how the idea for the show began?
Oh, goodness. Well, I was living in Hermosa Beach full time, which is just south of the LA airport. And I decided to make the trek across the country and come back to North Carolina for a little while. And I just started shooting along the way. And I had this feeling it would be something, but I actually didn't know what it was to become. I didn't have a set plan. But I'm like, woo, something is percolating here. And then when I got back here, I went to Bethania for, I think, the first time, even though I'd grown up here. And I just started wandering the streets and talking to folks randomly, which is what I do anyways. But in those conversations, I said, hey, is it okay if I shoot this? And I just kind of, because they were saying a lot of really interesting things. So I just ended up shooting that. And it wasn't until about a year later when things kind of started coming together. I said, you know what? The next goal on my list has been to host a TV show. And now's the time, and decided to go to Mount Airy to shoot. And then through this process, kind of resurrected this footage of Bethania, put together all the footage crossing the country as the show's intro, and it just kind of evolved from there.
You mentioned going all across the country and spending some time in our local area too. I'm sure you have some highlights from your trip. Can you talk about some of the favorite parts about the show that you've been filming?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there's like so many. I have to like, whoo, I could say a lot right now. When I got back here, I was talking to a girl randomly at a winery, and she told me about Grayson Highlands. So that's just, in our neighboring state. Wild ponies. I was like, what? How did I not know about this growing up? So I went there. In the third episode, I went to Shackelford Banks. Also heard that there were wild horses there. So it's like I was in cowboy boots on the beach in Santa Monica and ended up in the same boots, hiking across Shackelford Banks looking for these wild horses. But it's also really about the people. So I don't want to say too much, but like the people that I met in Bethania that day, and some of the ways we connected, and that's part of the premise of the show. I'm going across the country with California plates and in this convertible with my cowboy boots on, and so there are a lot of themes about identity and where we've been and where we are now, and connection. But yeah, it's those connections with the people that really have made it, and is the main premise of the show.
Lisa, where can people catch a sneak preview of Nice to Meet You?
Well, I'm super excited to be doing a sneak preview screening this Sunday, November 20th at Foothills. Well, actually, it's at Footnote. They have an event space there that's great and perfect for this, to be kind of intimate with everybody and create that connection that, again, is kind of at the foundation of the show itself. So we're going to be doing that 3 to 6. There's a meet and greet. There's the screening of the pilot episode, and a Q&A. And also there's an option to screen. So people can get tickets to either screen from wherever they might be in the world or to come in person. And obviously, especially having people from our local community, since it was shot in this area, there's a cameo of Winston-Salem. It'd be really special to have folks also from Mount Airy and Bethania, but really anywhere. It's just going to be great to see a lot of wonderful people show up in the same room, and the tickets are just pay what you want donation, with everything going towards finishing the first season and distributing it. So it's accessible to everyone.
Absolutely. And Lisa, quickly before we go, what do you hope that viewers, anybody who's watching, just takes away? What's that final message you want them to receive?
Definitely. I think it's like with all the creative work I do, connection is at the core piece, and creating experiences that are uplifting. So I kind of promise people that by the end of watching it, that hopefully they leave feeling even more uplifted than where they came. And, also that there's just, I guess, a positive impact on kind of the way they experience other people and the world. And you know, the name of the show, Nice to Meet You, my mom actually came up with that, which is like perfect. It's all about just if you know, see a stranger in the street, whether it's, you know, across the country on a road trip or in your own town, and you just say, hi, nice to meet you. What the magic that comes from that, the perspective, the connection, and in unlikely places sometimes. And so it's a really beautiful thing.
We appreciate you sharing your heart with us, Lisa, in this new endeavor. Thank you so much for your time. And once again, for the folks at home, the information is on the screen. That preview is again happening this Sunday at Footnotes Event Space on 4th Street in Winston-Salem. That's in downtown. To learn how to purchase tickets for the screening and more information, once again, that website on your screen now. Thanks again, Lisa. Enjoy the rest of your day.
Thanks.